this lab we're going to be managing failover clustering. First we're going to be developing the general use file server role. Then we're going to be developing a scale out file server. Then we're going to be configuring failover and preference settings. Next we're going to be managing a cluster and cluster nodes. And finally we're going to be destroying the cluster. And we're going to go to Tools and go to Failover Cluster Manager. Now we're going to expand cluster1.cisco.com. We're going to go to Roles and right click and configure role. We're going to click Next. We're going to select File Server and click Next. We're going to select File Server for general use. Click Next. We're going to type in the name, which is going to be File Server. Type in the IP address of 192.168.1.63 and we're going to click Next. We're going to select Cluster Disk 2. Click Next. Click Next. And click Finished. Okay, the file server role has been added and is running. Now we're going to right click cluster1.cisco.com and we're going to go to More Actions and we're going to move core cluster resources and we're going to select node and we're going to select server 1 and click OK. Right click file server and we're going to go to move. We're going to select node and we're going to select server 1. As you can tell, the owner node has changed to server 1. Now we're going to right click file server. We're going to add file share. We're going to select SMB share quick and click next. We're going to select file server and we're going to type custom path e:\data. Going to click next. Click next and we're going to click OK. To enable access space and we're going to click next. Click next and we're going to click create until it's completed and we're going to click close. Right click file server and we're going to remove and we're going to select yes. We're going to expand storage. We're going to click disk. We're going to right click cluster disk 2 and we're going to add cluster to shared volumes and we're going to right click roles and we're going to configure roles. We're going to click next. We're going to select file server. We're going to click next and we're going to select scale out file server for application data and click next. We're going to type in file server and we're going to click next. Click next and click finished. Now the file server has been created. Now we're going to right click file server and move to selected node and we're going to select server 1. Click OK. As you can tell, the owner node has switched to server 1. Right click file server and click add file share. We're going to select SMB share quick. Click next. We're going to select file server and we're going to select by the volume and we're going to click next and we're going to type in the share name as data. We're going to click next to enable access span inertia and click next. Click next and click create And now that it's finished creating, we're going to click close and go to the file server and go to properties, and we're going to go to the failover tab. And as you can tell, the max failures is set to 1 and the hours is set to 6, and we have prevent failback enabled. And we're going to go to the general tab and we're going to uncheck server 1 and click apply and click OK. Going to click cluster1.cisco.com. Now we're going to right click, go to more actions and move core cluster resources, and we're going to select node. We're going to select server 2. We're going to click roles, and we're going to right click file server. We're going to select move, and we're going to select nodes, and we're going to select server 2. And as you can tell, the owner node has changed to server 2. And now we're going to reboot server 2. So we're going to minimize server 1, and we're going to right click server 2, and we're going to go to restart. Now we're going to go back to server 1. You can tell the owner node has switched to server 1 since we resetted server 2. Now we're going to minimize server 1, and we're going to go to server 1 and right click. Going to go to pause. We're going to right click server 1 and go to pause and select drain roles. Now we're going to go back to roles. As you can tell, the owner node is server 2. Now we're going to go back to nodes. Click server 1 and go to resume and fail roles back. And now we're going to go back to roles. And as you can tell, the owner node is switched back to server 1. Now we're going to right click file server, and we're going to select remove. We're going to select yes. We're going to right click cluster1.cisco.com, and we're going to go down to more actions, and we're going to select destroy cluster, and we're going to select yes. You can tell the cluster has been deleted. Now we're going to exit out of Failover Cluster Manager. In this lab, we have completed managing failover clustering.